Welcome to the Mind Clarity Coaching Podcast. Hear real stories, receive real coaching, and learn real tools that will empower you to reveal your authentic self. And now, here's your host, breakthrough and neurotransformational coach, Chrissy Boyce.
Hello, and welcome to the Mind Clarity Coaching Podcast. Today, we're talking about limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are thoughts or ideas that we have about ourselves and the world around us that hold us back. They can be about anything, from our abilities to our worthiness to our chances of success. So you may be asking, what are limiting beliefs? Limiting beliefs can take many different forms, and here are a few examples. I'm not smart enough to do that. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy of love and respect. I'm too old to learn anything new, and I'm not cut out for success. Limiting beliefs can be very powerful. They can stop us from going after our dreams, taking risks, and reaching our full potential. How do we get limiting beliefs? We can develop limiting beliefs at any point in our lives. They can come from our parents, teachers, peers, or even our own experiences. For example, if you were always told that you weren't smart enough, or if you failed at something important, you may develop the limiting belief that you're not good enough. Limiting beliefs can also be reinforced by our environment. For example, if you see people who look like you or have a similar background to you not succeeding, it can reinforce the belief that you can't succeed either. This doesn't mean that our parents, teachers, and peers purposely implant some device that causes us to fail or shut down in life. Most of the time, when we develop a limiting belief, it's because of a situation where someone may be trying to keep us safe or happy, or that they are passing a limiting belief on to you, and they have no clue that that's even what they're doing. Let me give you an example. Let's take the first situation where a parent may be trying to keep a child safe or happy. And this is something I did to my children, so I know firsthand how damaging it can be for them when they become adults. When they would get angry or sad about anything, I would talk with them a little bit about it, and then I would say these words: get over it. You see, when I was a young adult, I remember learning that children who were sexually abused had a higher chance of becoming addicted to drugs, alcohol, or sex. Because I came from a family where I witnessed a lot of drugs, alcohol, and sex abuse, and because I'm the oldest of my set of cousins, I watched my mother, my aunts, and my uncles slowly decline and lose their lives due to these things. They couldn't even get along with each other, and yelling was their form of communication, and I hated it. I cannot stand it if someone yells at me. I was heading down that path quickly when I was in high school. I drank a lot. I did some drugs. I kind of stopped going to school, and then I got pregnant. The day my daughter was born was the day my whole world changed. When they put my beautiful baby girl in my arms, I knew I didn't know how to be a mom, but I knew I didn't want her to live the life that I lived as a child. I had never experienced love before she came into this world. So I decided right then and there that I wasn't going to complain about my childhood, my past, or be a victim. I was going to get out of this family and give my daughter a better life. So I decided to get over it. Every time I felt any negative emotions, I simply told myself, get over it. Now, I wasn't a perfect mother by any means, but I slowly worked my way into a better life than was given to me. And I thought it was because I chose not to be a victim, and I kept telling myself to get over it when anything bad or sad happened. So, of course, I thought that would help with my kids in their lives. So whenever they experience something bad or sad, I told them the same thing. First off, I hated seeing my kids upset. To me, at that time, there was nothing worse than knowing that they were upset and not being able to make them feel better. I truly felt what they felt, and I only wanted them to feel good. And second, That's what got me through my hard times, so I thought I was being helpful. If I were able to view my lifestyle and experiences back then objectively, I would have seen that because I never allowed myself to feel negativity in any way, I allowed myself to be abused by men. I drank and ate to stop myself from feeling negative emotions. I attracted friends that were toxic. I developed health issues that were undiagnosed and unexplained. And I disconnected from myself because I had stored so much negative emotions deep down inside. It was too painful to live in my body. I didn't know I was doing this, but I was. And my kids saw and felt every bit of it. When my children became adults, I was able to see the damage that those 3 words caused. Because I told them to get over it every time they felt something negative, they developed the limiting belief that negative emotions and thoughts are bad things and they should do anything to avoid feeling or thinking them. Therefore, repeating my cycle of self-abuse. This affected the way they felt about themselves and their own self-worth. I thought I was protecting them and keeping them happy, and it probably did do just that at one point in time. Limiting beliefs can serve us at one point in our lives, but harm us in another. By telling myself to get over it, that helped me to break free from repeating a portion of my family's cycle and helped me when I was younger to move forward in life. But suppressing emotions only leads to anger and health issues as an adult. There is no shame here. You don't know what you don't know until you know it. So if you're finding yourself feeling shame right now because you're gaining clarity on something that you might be doing or you might have done, give yourself some grace and compassion. We make choices based off of the information we have at the time. If I knew that those words would have ever hurt my children, I never would have used them. I know now, and that is why I'm sharing my story with you, so that someone might be able to learn sooner than I did. And no matter how old we are, how bad our circumstances are, or how painful our past was, we are all capable of change and worthy of living a happy and fulfilling life. So now let's talk about how to get rid of limiting beliefs. The good news is that limiting beliefs can be changed. The first step is to identify the limiting beliefs that are holding us back. Start to research what they are and how to identify them. When you are experiencing a difficulty, start to pay attention to your thoughts and your emotions. Think back to the first time you remember thinking and feeling that way. Getting a coach can be extremely helpful because once you know what they are, you can start to challenge them. Challenging your limiting beliefs is the next step. Once you find out what your limiting belief is, ask yourself if it's really true. Is there any evidence to support it? Or are they just based on fear or a negative experience you had in your past? For example, do you try to control your partner because your last partner betrayed you? You may have picked up the limiting belief that all men or women are cheaters. Is that really true? Or is that a fear you're experiencing because of your past? If it's not universally true, meaning everyone in the entire world believes this, you can start to replace that belief with another one. Once you've identified and challenged your limiting belief, start to replace it with a more positive and supportive belief. For example, instead of saying negative feelings are bad, say negative feelings are important. They keep me safe and help to make the good feelings feel good. Without negative feelings, we wouldn't have positive ones. And negativity, negative emotions, negative thoughts, they make up for 50% of our life. We need the contrast of the positive and the negative. Once you have changed your negative belief into a positive belief, repeat it over and over again. The more you repeat your positive beliefs, the more ingrained they will become in your subconscious mind. You will literally rewire your brain the more you say it. Then take action. The best way to overcome your limiting beliefs is to take action. This means doing things that scare you and stepping outside of your comfort zone. Give your partner a chance to prove they're trustworthy. Allow yourself to cry in public if you need to. Allow yourself to fail so that you can learn and grow stronger from the experience. Fear and failure will never go away completely, and they are so important because they are a part of the recipe for success. Ask any successful person. They will tell you that they failed over and over and over. And guess what? They're still alive and extremely successful because they learned from their failures. So in conclusion, limiting beliefs can be very powerful, but they don't have to control your life. By identifying your limiting beliefs, challenging them, and replacing them with positive beliefs, you can break free and achieve your full potential. Here are a few additional tips for overcoming limiting beliefs. Talk to someone you trust. Talking to a friend, family member, therapist, or coach can help you identify and challenge your limiting beliefs. Read books and articles about limiting beliefs. There are many resources available to help you learn more about limiting beliefs and how to overcome them. Or join a support group. There are many support groups available for people who are struggling with limiting beliefs. Joining a support group can give you the opportunity to connect with other people who are going through the same thing and to learn from their experiences. Remember, you're not your limiting beliefs. You are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. Thank you. I love you all.
This has been the Mind Clarity Coaching Podcast with host Chrissy Boyce. Music provided by Soundstripe.com. To learn more about our coaching programs, visit our website at mindclaritycoaching.com.